Rookie players, aka me, on your team will appear in green. They could use your help. That is very true. So that's handy. Press your X key to taunt or say something. See, I didn't know that. I was trying to press the T key, which is usually the standard for typing, talking. Anything that T stands for. Text, for example. Or even as a secondary one, the Enter key. And both of these, I was disappointed to find out that they did not do any of those. So, there you go, the X key. Press your Tab key to show players in-game and their scores. I didn't know that because most games tab for the win. So, there's strength in numbers. Do not, that's what don't means, fight alone because you will be annihilated. I guess that's the nice way to put it. So, continuing on, because we're still pre-caching at 0%, NS2, for you people that don't know out there, that's natural selection 2, is extremely moddable. Try something different by joining a modded server, in parentheses, in yellow. We are at 1%, people. We are almost there. This is kind of ridiculous. Running will get you places fast, but remember, it's much louder than crouching or walking. We are at a resounding 2%, and to celebrate this, I'm going to take another drink. So, bear with me. That is delicious. Continuing. Some buildings, such as the TSF Observatory or the Kara Shift, have passive abilities that don't cost resources. I should have pointed this out earlier. I would have pointed it out if we were already in a game, but that hasn't happened yet. Resources are something that you collect as you, let's say, kill enemies or help rebuild certain structures in the game, and they're pretty much your money. 3%. They're pretty much your money, currency, let's say, and you can buy stuff like a different gun or more welder tools to help you weld stuff. Interesting point. Welding a person heals them. So it may seem that fire hurts, but in this game, fire is good. So keep that in mind as we continue. Ooh, big one here. Prioritize your targets. This is a key fact in most games, actually. Power nodes and cysts, I believe that's pronounced, are crucial structures. But killing a resource tower or shift, not the key shift on your keyboard, but the structure shift, may do long-term damage. I don't know what most of that means, but it makes sense to me. So there is no friendly fire. That is amazing, especially when you're starting out in a new game. That's one of the things I like to find out first. Turn to my teammates and shoot them. No friendly fire. I'm in the clear. If there is friendly fire, by the time I stop shooting, I've probably been kicked or at least yelled at a couple times. So, however, you can hurt yourself with your own grenades and mines. So while most games, no friendly fire, yes, you can still kill yourself with your own stuff. Much is the way of life. So, infestation, infestation grows from a hive, a chain of cysts. Notice that cyst is not capitalized. If severed, it recedes and structures will take damage. So, as an example, we'll just say a hive is in the central drillini. I'm not sure why there's a Y at the end of that. Let's say an infestation grows from that hive through not a chain of cysts, but most likely through a chain of cysts, to keep with the consistency of the sentence. If severed, it recedes and structures will take damage. So any structure that around that hive will in fact take damage. Hopefully, if it's in that central drilliny area, it will not go into the hap, which is my favorite hangout. So, keeping that in mind while we are at 5%. Captured resource nozzles give team resources for the commander and player resources for each team member. So, like I mentioned before, resources are your currency. So any captured resource nozzle is good for your team. Repeating myself, press the C key to bring up your map. So the C key right next to your hand, your left hand, as you rest on the WASD keys, thumb on the space, left pinky on the left shift. That may differ for you. That's just how I am. Quick access to keys such as the Q, E, R, F, C, which will bring up your map, and even the number keys. Those are not outside of your range, and the tab to check on your player or team status. So press F4 to go back to the ready room. We have already touched upon this, and the F4 key read up the number 4, so that makes sense. Other basic controls that we can go over while this has been mentioned. Left click, shooting, right click. Actually, right click is melee. That was very interesting. As far as I know, there's no aiming down the sights, or ADS, as it is referred to in other games. Turn my num block off. So that's interesting. I have not gotten to the point where I would have to melee, because if I get that close to an enemy, I am already dead and waiting to respawn. So, space, jump, makes sense. Shift is your sprint, also makes sense. And you can either change weapons by the scroll on your wheel, or if you prefer, you can do 1, 2, and 3 for your different weapons. You can hold 3 weapons, or equipment we can call it, because it's pretty much 2 weapons with your 1 and 2, and 3 you start out with the axe, some kind of melee device, or you can buy the welder tool in the beginning when you spawn. And I would suggest the welder tool. That seems to be the best, most useful piece of equipment you can purchase, because such is the melee, it is not the most useful thing that you can have. So I believe that I have talked as much as I can while it is pre-caching, and I will continue recording once I am actually in a game. So thank you for bearing with me. It's a good thing that I've been drinking, because I would never talk this much if I was not drinking. So I will see you soon.
Now there's no excuse. Become a fan on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, bookmark our website, and subscribe to us on YouTube for all the latest M.O.D. Gamers updates.